I'm Kelly Dearmore, and with a little help from my friend Tyler, I'm going to be presenting a story about a snail for Time for All Ages.
There once was a snail named Jill. They lived a perfectly normal snail life. However, one day, on their way to get something to eat, a bird came down and cracked their shell, and just like that, the snail's life was changed. Jill was now a slug. They didn't know what it meant to be a slug. They didn't know what to expect. Jill's whole life, they knew themselves to be a snail, and now they felt like they were nothing. Jill felt dull and colorless without their shell. They went around looking for a new shell, but on their way, they crossed paths with a butterfly.
"Hello, little slug,"
Greeted the butterfly.
"Why do you look so sad?"
"I'm no slug," Jill said. "I'm just a snail who's lost its shell. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now."
"Oh, well that's okay. I once was a caterpillar, and when I became a butterfly, I didn't know what to do either. But then I realized I loved being a butterfly, and I wouldn't change it for a thing."
"That's easy for you to say. You're a gorgeous butterfly," Jill said. "I'm just some bland gray slug."
"I think you'll find that you're much more than that."
The butterfly replied. Jill carried on looking for a new shell, but nevertheless took the butterfly's words into consideration. Eventually, they came across a tarantula.
"Hello, little slug.
Greeted the tarantula.
What's on your mind?"
Jill sighed. "I'm not a slug, I'm a snail. I've lost my home, and I'm on my way to find a new one, so I can be beautiful again,"
"You already are beautiful."
argued the tarantula.
"You don't need a shell to prove that. I'm a big, hairy tarantula. People often shudder when they see me, but I still know I'm beautiful. You're a part of nature. Whether you're a snail or a slug, it doesn't matter. You're still making the world go round."
"I guess so," Jill mumbled. And as the slugs slid away, carrying on in their journey, they once again contemplated the words of the butterfly and the tarantula. Jill looked around at all the baby birds who grew up to be gorgeous swans, at the small sprouting leaves that grew to be beautiful herbs and flowers, at the tiny formless tadpoles that turned into hopping frogs, and realized the tarantula really was right. With or without their shell, Jill was still fulfilling their purpose in the environment. Sure, the shell was bright colored and protective, but the real beauty was in the slug form of Jill. A shell gets broken and battered. It cracks or it falls off. After a few more moments of looking around, Jill decided they didn't need a new shell. Perhaps if they came across one soon, they would move in. But for now, Jill was perfectly fine with being a gray old slug.